All right, now part 3. So, being that we're left off, of course, they might be in the news that they're going to be getting let go or something really big's going to happen. They're going to get demoted, something of that nature. This the main hater coworker, because man, there's multiple coworkers at your job that probably are trying to team up with this person, but we're talking about this main op. So they're going to get that news that you're getting some type of promotion or praise or something to that effect, as their lives are just falling the frick apart. Super Pentacles in the reverse. So with Super Pentacles in reverse, yeah, it's a lot of chaos, a lot of distraction, a lot of just instability going on with them right now, financially and probably literally with everything. They can't manage their workload because they're stressing out about the situation that they created, by the way. It is messing up their money. Yeah, that part. And that's what they're stressed out about the most. But you're not worried about none of this because I have the Queen of Wands in the upright. Queen of Wands in the upright is water, fire, energy, stability, form, foundations, control, organization. You can always call it your natural confidence, warmth, passion, enthusiasm, determination, adaptable, steady force, independence. Um, Enthusiasm, determination, adaptable, steady force. Yeah, you are a steady force. And you are, now that you're moving into whatever this promotion is, you know your worth. You know what it is that you're set out to do at this workplace, whatever this is. And you're fulfilling your duties and you're doing it in a stable way. You're doing it in an organized way. You're doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Truly not supposed to be done. And you're doing that because you realize, Four Cups in the reverse, that at the end of the day, okay, so this is what this is giving me, right? The Four Cups in reverse. Because in the upright, this is someone that's worried about something else that ain't got nothing to do with them. Meanwhile, they're not realizing they got something coming in for them. This was you, collective. Let's be real about it. This was you at one point in time. Why? Because you were sitting back watching everything go down at the workplace. Maybe there's a situation where you clearly saw, and everyone else can see too. You know, everyone has that type of situation to some certain extent at the workplace, right? Where you see people, they're not doing their job right, or they're, purposely trying to sabotage your job or other people's jobs, as we're talking about this situation now. Take that as it resonates. And you're like, and maybe you've said something to higher ups before about it. Maybe you've gone to HR. Maybe other coworkers have too, and nothing's being done about it, it seems. No one's saying anything, no one's doing anything, and then they're steady getting promoted and raises and bonuses and all this, and you're working your tail off at this place, and you don't feel appreciated. But you didn't see that God was setting this whole situation up for your blessing, for you to get promoted, because while it looked like everyone else had everything and you didn't, it just wasn't time yet for you to step into that. Now, with the speed in the reverse, you're realizing that. Now you see that cup. You ain't worried about that no more. And it made sense to you too, because you realize why these people were able to get these positions. You know, a lot of times people get hired not because of their experience or their, how much experience they have on the job or knowledge. It's because of who they know. You know, we all know that one coworker, them coworkers, his family and friends and all that stuff. And that's how they got into the job and all that stuff. It might be a situation like that. Take it as a resonance. The spirit wanted me to really tune in on that specific scenario. So regardless of all of that, you came in, my collective, straight off the streets. You didn't get that job because you knew someone. You didn't get that job because your cousin worked there, your mama, or your auntie, or whoever. Take it as it resonates. You really you started from the bottom, for real. And now you're here. And now this opportunity is coming in. And I'm glad that you finally see it, because it's a really good opportunity. That's what Spirit wanted me to say. Now, with that being said, somebody in fire, because I got the death card again. This time it popped out in the reverse in the Akashic deck. Now, with it popping out in the Akashic deck in the reverse, now you see how there's literally a ghost in this picture. Usually, to me, that's like someone's gonna literally die. I don't feel like someone's gonna literally die. I hope not. You know, we on this channel we don't wish death upon nobody. Okay. Now, if that's what the spirit and the Lord got set out for them, then that's what it is. But we don't do that here, okay? But anyway, this ghost is giving me someone's getting fired. Someone is going to get fired, and it ain't you, spirit. Spirit. I'm sorry. I'm calling the collective spirit now, channel. Okay. Y'all know somebody get fired. Okay. Bottom line. All right. So moving right along. Moving right along. The death card in reverse is clarified by the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is very interesting. So, Six of Pentacles in the reverse coming out right after that. So yeah, someone's gonna get fired, and with the six, hello, y'all know again. So with the Six of Pentacles, usually in upright, and this is gonna pop right back out by the way in the upright. But in the upright, this is obviously someone that's very generous, and they're giving to someone. You know, they're giving to people who are able to help other people out in some type of way, right? So in the reverse, this is the opposite, obviously. Someone motherfuckers ain't getting the help that they thought they was gonna get, or the help that they needed to get themselves out of the situation, to not get fired, or whatever the case may be. And they're looking at the situation like, wow, I thought I was gonna have this help, and it didn't work out that way, because mind you, we had the Ten of Swords pop out. So yeah, they got betrayed big time, and now they can't even get help. They can't even go and try to appeal whatever that is, their captain or whatever. Meanwhile, while they're in the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, you're in the upright. So this is giving me this, whoever the big boss is that did the firing or demoting or whatever the case is, yeah, they stopped pouring into this co-worker and started focusing their energy into helping and pouring into you. But yours come from six, and that's what this is, a transfer of energy. So this also, with this popping out like this, from going from the reverse to upright back to back like that, this is giving me some type of, maybe your coworker. Let me find out y'all coworkers is into divination and spell work and all that stuff too, because this is giving me, they tried the destiny swap with your ass, and yeah, of course it backfired. It backfired, and now they're big time unhappy. And these other hating coworkers, the ones that are still here, or that are still going to be there after this main person gets fired. Ace of Cups in reverse. This is water energy, repressed emotion, blocked logic, that's not what that says. Emotional overwhelm, alteration, emptiness, repressed emotion, and blocked logic. Yeah, these people. So when you get this promotion, they're gonna act like they're happy for you. Oh, congratulations, all that, you know. But deep down inside, they're boiling angry, because there was no way that this was supposed to happen. Especially if they was doing spell work and shit. There was no way in their minds that you were going to get promoted. Now, you're supposed to get fired. They were supposed to make an example out of you and all that stuff. But you made an example out of them. My, how the tables turn. So, Ace of Cups in reverse was followed by the Page of Wands in the upright, and this is giving me, yeah, they're still trying to throw sticks and throw stones and hide their hands or whatever, or try to figure out another way that they can try to get you up out of here now that you're in a higher position. You know, more money, more problems, babe. And that's what this is giving me. Now, with that being said, we got the Chariot in the reverse, and what does that mean? They got defeated. Yeah, they sure did. Now, with them being defeated, 12 of Wands in the upright, now you have the ball in your hand, the ball's in your court, Spirit said, and you're moving on to the next and best things. You're looking forward to this new position that you're in, and you're focused on that and that only. All right, so I think this was part 3, so we're going to close out in part 4.